Today is most auspicious day, very auspicious day, most auspicious day. It is the appearance day of Patit Pavan, Srila Nityananda Prabhu, and also one dear disciple of Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Mayuk Bhagavad Goswami Maharaj. We heard about this Maharaj some time back. He appeared near Ekachakra Dham, and he was a very good character. Then when he was growing up, then he started to feel more and more inclination for spiritual development. So he was in secluded place, he was praying, crying for spiritual guide. So then in a dream he saw Prabhupada. He did not know who he is, but he understood he is my guru. So then, by some arrangement made by Prabhupada, he met one disciple of Prabhupada who had a picture of Prabhupada. He couldn't recognize him, and they went together to Mayapur for to meet Prabhupada, and also it was Navadip Dham Parikrama and Gaur Purnima and this. So on Gaur Purnima, it was announced that Prabhupada will be giving Harinam initiations. So he also went there to sit in that line, although he was not enlisted before. He shaved his head and everything, and then Prabhupada, seeing his sincerity, and also others said, but he is not on the list. Then Prabhupada said, I know him from before. So Prabhupada did not follow that custom, but I know him. So then he got Harinam initiation soon after getting first darshan with Gurudev, like me also. I got darshan of Gurudev in Mayapur, and after I think 4 days or 5 days, I got Harinam. Out of causeless mercy, Gurudev gave. So this Maharaj then, he went back to his house because he was householder, but doing bhajan. Then after 1 year he renounced. He could not remain in house, and he came to Mad, and he took Diksha, and also Prabhupada engaged him for different services, and also in that Thakur Bhaktivinoda Institute, and also he became gradually chief editor of that Doinik Nadia Prakash, daily spiritual magazine published by Gauriya Math. One person outside once said to Prabhupada, how it is possible that you can publish daily spiritual magazine? Then Prabhupada said, what is surprising about that? There are so many newspapers in this world, 5, 6, like in India, they're daily publishing the news of this world. This world, all material universe, is only 1/4 of spiritual world, comparatively. So why I cannot report what is going on in the spiritual world on a daily basis? What is the difficulty? So he was publishing and doing seva and preaching, and Prabhupada gave him this title, Bhakti Mayuk, as blessing. And then after the disappearance of Prabhupada, he took sannyas from Srila Bhakti Bhudev Shroti Gosai Maharaj and got this name, Srila Bhakti Mayuk Bhagavad Gosai Maharaj. And then he opened 3 mats and had to he was preaching the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and rescuing many fallen souls. And he was also cooperating with our Parangurudev much, going for preaching and also writing articles for our Chaitanya Vani magazine. And he's a very loving Vaishnava. And then he disappeared from this world. And Srila Bharati Maharaj, he mentioned that there was some rumor in Ekachakradham, the birthplace of Chaitanya Nityananda Prabhu, that Gauriya Mat is not having much faith in Nityananda. They have faith in Gauranga, but not in Nityananda. Then this Maharaj went there and he made such a dandavat, humble obeisance to Nityananda Prabhu at his birthplace that everyone was astonished. We never saw such dandavat. So then their conception changed. That was fact-checked. It was proven to be false information that Gauriya Mat does not have any faith in Nityananda. It was proven. It is misinformation. Maharaj did not preach anything or say any glories of Nityananda, nothing. But just how, with what substance, with what devotion he did Dandavat to Nityananda Prabhu, that misconception was totally removed. So I am bowing down to Maharaj. Yes, and his very famous book is that Srila Prabhupada Upadeshamrita, that is the original name. ISKCON translated it as Amrita Vani, but original name is Prabhupada Upadeshamrita. He collected many different Harikathas and from articles and from letters and books of Prabhupada Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, and he made a format like Maharaj will put such question that Harikatha will answer that question. So about 600 questions there. So very famous book, very nice. So I did not meet him, but I saw his photo. So I am bowing down to him and praying for his causeless mercy. Today also is the appearance day of Srila Patit Pavan Nityananda Prabhu. He appeared in Ekachakradham. This is north of Mayapur. As a son, he accepted them as parents. Nityananda Prabhu is eternal. Nitayar Charana Satya Tahar Sevak Nitya. The lotus feet of Nityananda are Sat, eternal. He was not produced, but he appeared in this world on today's lunar day, accepting Harai Pandit and Padmavati Devi as his parents in Ekachakradham. And he was extraordinary child, not interested in any other play except those related to Krishna's pastimes, Ramchandra's pastimes. We heard on every Nityananda Trayodashi we are hearing some his Leelas. We heard about his childhood Leelas and how he delivered Jagai Madai every year, and so many songs there, Nitai Pada Kamala, Akroda Paramananda, all so many songs. So then when he was 12 years old, one sannyasi who was on pilgrimage to all places in India, he came there and he requested, I want to have your son as assistant in my parikrama. So although they were depressed parents, but they had to give him, and he did all parikrama. And finally when they came to Vrindavan, there Nityananda Prabhu was asking, where is my younger brother? I'm not feeling his presence here. Where is he? Because Nityananda Prabhu is Baladev. So his younger brother is Krishna. So he said, I am not feeling. So he was asking Brajavasis, where is my younger brother? Then they told him, now he appeared in Navadip. There is he. Then Nityananda Prabhu immediately went there, and Mahaprabhu got a dream. Some great personality will come. And he told to devotees, you have to find him. They were searching but could not find him. Then Mahaprabhu went straight to Nandanacharya Bhavan, and there they first met. They fainted. You know all Leela, it is in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many Leelas, so many songs, unlimited glories. So for this year I somehow became inspired. We sang this song, Nityananda Ashtakam, by Vrindavan Das Thakur. He's his direct disciple. So he wrote this Ashtaka. So I want to go through the meaning of this song. We were singing before I started recording. The sphere of his bright face resembles a wandering autumnal moon. Moon is very beautiful. And we also hear in that song, Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Shushitala. He's soothing, cooling as not one moon. Koti means like millions of moons. Cooling. We are burning in material existence, so Jachaya Jagat Ajuna. By getting the shade of his lotus feet, whole world can be pacified of that burning sensation of material existence. And his face is beautiful as moon. His pure complexion glistens. His gait is like that of an elephant. He is utterly intoxicated in Krishna Prema, and he is the personification of pure spiritual energy, Vishuddha Sattva. Gurudev always told, Supreme Lord will appear only on Vishuddha Sattva platform, means transcendental platform. That is why we have to purify our heart for Supreme Lord to appear there. That is called Vasudev. Not Vasudev, Vasudev, with short A. There, Vasudev Krishna can appear in transcendental, not in dirty heart, in pure heart. Because he is always Vishuddha Sattva. His face is smiling, his eyes are ever rolling, his hand holds a staff, and by the performance of Nama Sankirtan, he dispels the forces of Kali. Not Kali, Kali. Kali and Kali are different. Kali is wife of Shiva. Durga, Kali, Uma, Sati, they are. But Kali means this quarrel, that Kali Maharaj, there are 4 places given to him by Parikshit Maharaj. Gambling, prostitution, all this. So these forces of Kali, he is dispelling by loudly chanting Harinam. Nityananda Prabhu is very merciful. By his grace, we can understand, because the ignorance is removed, dispelled, we can understand you should not aspire after worldly things, even those in the name of devotion. They are worldly desires, but we try to pack it in the name of devotion. by the grace of Nityananda Prabhu, he will let us know that is not your necessity. That is not good. You should serve Krishna. By His grace we can get this knowledge. I perpetually, continuously, Niravadi, worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree. He is the original Guru. Guru is one who dispels ignorance in this way, that you don't do this. That is wrong. You should serve Krishna. This knowledge we are getting from Nityananda. So he is the root of Krishna Bhakti. 3. He is giving or awakening Krishna Bhakti in us. Averse jivas. We don't want to serve Krishna, but by the grace of Nityananda Prabhu, we can get that desire to serve Krishna instead of enjoying Maya. So compassionate. That is really for our benefit. He is the abode of all rasas. He is everything to his devotees. He is beyond compare, and he is the dear husband of Boshuda and Jannaba Devi, who are his very life. He is always maddened in prema, and he is unknown only to those of mundane intelligence. I perpetually worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree. Nityananda Prabhu is always serving Krishna in whatever way necessary. Like we see, first Nityananda was like an avadut, does not care for any worldly conventions, rules, nothing. Freely living, not caring for any. Sometimes naked, sometimes eating, sometimes bathing, sometimes not. No, but always serving Krishna. So he came as avadut to Navadip. And that is why Mahaprabhu had to explain to his devotees, don't misunderstand him. He is not different from me. Even if he goes to prostitute's house, or you see in that liquor shop, and don't have any doubt about him. He's going there to rescue them, not to enjoy. So it was difficult to understand the glory of Nityananda by external. So Mahaprabhu had to tell them, and he did Vyasa Puja of him, and he distributed his coping underwear to devotees. He said, by this you can get control over your senses. By keeping coping of Nityananda Prabhu on your head, you will have control over senses. It is true. Then, when Mahaprabhu ordered to him and to Haridas, you go every door and you request everyone. They should worship Krishna, they should chant his name, serve him. They went, that time they were looking like sannyasis. Here we saw he's in hand, he's holding staff, but I think there it meant that brahmachari staff. Brahmachari also has. So they were like sannyasis, outward appearance, when preaching. But later on, when Mahaprabhu told to Nityananda from Puri, now you should go to Bengal. There is no one except you. Bengal, very degraded people. So there is no one except you who can preach in that area. So you will have to go. So then Nityananda went with his, and that time also he married Vasudha and Janava. There, of course, his consorts, Varuni and Revati of Baladev. That is not ordinary sense enjoyment marriage. That is his meeting his consorts, eternal consorts. If we hear about that marriage, we will be rescued from Maya. But if we hear about worldly marriages, we will go into Maya. So, he is unknown by material intelligence. Only to those he is unknown. He is most dear to Mother Sachi's son, Gauranga. He is worshipped by the entire universe. and he is forever filled with joy. Akruda Paramananda Nityananda Rai, always in happiness, because always serving Krishna. Forever filled with joy. By his unbounded mercy, even though his name is like that, Nityananda, always happy. By his unbounded mercy, unbounded, he rescues the souls drowning in this age of Kali, and by performing Sri Harinam Sankirtan, he evaporates the swelling pride in this ocean of mundane existence. Yes. When we are averse to Krishna and we are enveloped by Maya, then we are proud. I have this position, this is mine, I did this. So all pride, false pride. Actually, we are totally dependent on Krishna. So by the grace of Nityananda, he evaporates that pride. So we can then actually serve Krishna. I perpetually worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree. He himself is doing and preaching also, and not only that, he's supervising and organizing all preaching. He is topmost boss in the preaching. He is organizing how everyone will preach and who will go where, which jiva will come to which sadhu. Everything he's organizing. Full organization he's having. Namahata, everything. Oh my brother, contaminated by the vices of Kali Yuga, what will become of mankind? He thus advises the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya, please devise a purificatory method whereby they can easily attain your shelter. You see how compassionate he is. He is seeing they are in Kali Yuga and dirty, lust, anger, greed, all this, and Kanaka, Kamini, Pratishta, everything there. So, and meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling, cheating, stealing, everything they are doing. So, oh my brother, means Mahaprabhu, you please devise some purificatory method. I perpetually worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree. O brothers, Nityananda saying, O brothers, simply chant incessantly the names of Sri Hari and let the responsibility of delivering you from the ocean of repeated birth and death rest upon me. See, who is more compassionate? There also he said, you utter Gaurango, then I will be purchased by you. I will become your slave. Here he's saying, you do Harinam. I will take all responsibility to rescue you from Maya. While traveling constantly, he approached the door of every home, declaring this with outstretched arms. He told to everyone. Even, he saw Jagai Madai, so sinful that there was unlimited list of how many sins they did. When the Chitraketu Maharaj, the servant of Yamaraj, was writing, so the unlimited sins were there on that list. But Haridas Thakur playing the pastime of, yes, Chitragupta. Yes, not Chitraketu, Chitragupta, because he's hidden inside your Chita. No, you cannot do anything without his knowledge. So he saw them, and Haridas Thakur was playing the pastime of hesitating just to show the glory of Nityananda. Not that Haridas Thakur is afraid, but to show the glory. And no, better we should not. They are very violent, and they will not accept, so no need to go. Then Nityananda Prabhu said, no, our master, Gauranga, he said we should go to everyone. He did not say to these persons and not to those persons. He said to everyone. So we have to request them also. So, and he was looking with compassionate eye. Then Haridas Thakur understood, yes, it will be done. If Nityananda is casting his merciful glance on someone, it is as done already, it's confirmed. So then he rescued them. And so compassionate that Madan attacked Nityananda and he wounded him. And Mahaprabhu came with chakra to kill both and all atheists. He was very angry. Then Nityananda Prabhu said, no, my brother, did you forget? In this Lila, we will not kill demons. We will only kill their demoniac mentality. Did you forget? Why you came with this Sudarshan Chakra? Then Mahaprabhu had to retract that Sudarshan, and Jagai fell at the feet of Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu blessed him. Why? Because the devotees told, Jagai, when Madai wanted to hit Nityananda again, then Jagai said, no, it is not good, and he tried to stop him. So seeing this, Mahaprabhu was fully happy. You protected my Nitai. Immediately he gave him prema. Then Madai saw the fortune of his brother, then he also wanted. Mahaprabhu said, no, you committed offense to Nityananda. If he will forgive, then I can give you. So you go to him. He told you go to him, and he ordered Nityananda, you forgive him and you give him prema. So they became Mahabhagavat, Jagai and Madai. So every door, every living entity he went, and he's going also, now also. I perpetually worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the root of Krishna Bhakti 3. How astonishing! He is just like Agastya Muni, who once swallowed the entire ocean. When you will read Puranic Charitavali, you will understand this. You will come to know about Agastya and why and how he drank whole ocean. How astonishing! He is like Agastya Muni, who once swallowed the entire ocean, forcibly swallowing the ocean of repeated birth and death. He is the rising moon that causes the ocean of saintly persons' good fortune to swell. Tide, that is high tide, low tide, is by the moon. So when there is full moon, then tide goes up. So good fortune is swelling in the heart of devotees by his grace. He is the brilliant sun blazing before the multitude of rogues and dispelling the darkness of their ignorance. We heard, one year we were reading, that dacoits, they saw Nityananda Prabhu is having many golden ornaments and all this. So they wanted to steal everything, and they came. In short, I'm telling you, will find in Chaitanya Bhagavat. First night they came and they saw big storm is there. They could not enter. And then second time they came, they saw some stout soldiers there, bodyguards, very strong, like elephant. And what they were doing? They were doing Harinam, Hare Krishna, whole night doing in front of the door. They could not enter. Then third night, they fell, no, or it was on the first night they slept or something. Yes, on third day there was a big storm and they fell inside. And so many problems, suffering, everything. Then that leader of dacoit, he thought, yes, we did wrong. Then mentally he was remembering Nityananda Prabhu and pray for forgiveness, and by that they were rescued. Then Nityananda Prabhu gave them. And there are so many other examples how Nityananda Prabhu, what kind of rogues he is rescuing. I perpetually worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree. Dancing, singing, and calling out the names of Sri Hari, the very sight of him delights the devotees. He roams every path, casting upon the saintly a glance from the corners of his merciful eyes. I perpetually worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree. He gently held the supremely soft lotus hand of his brother, their hearts soaring upward in the highest bliss as they gazed at each other's faces. In Nandanacharya Bhavan and in Puri, and we also heard when Raghunath Das Goswami did that feast in Panihati, then Nityananda Prabhu called Mahaprabhu, unmanifest, no one else could see. And he was feeding him with his own hand, and Mahaprabhu feeding him with his own hand. And they are getting highest bliss. As he wandered here and there, he delighted the townspeople with his sweetness. I perpetually worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree. May Sri Nityananda Prabhu's two lotus feet brilliantly manifest in the hearts of those who recite this unprecedented and supremely potent Nityananda Ashtakam, which is the reservoir of rasa, the treasure of exalted Rasika Vaishnavas, and the abode of the essence of Bhakti Rasa. It bestows liberation upon all fallen souls who simply remember it. See how potent. Because it is related to Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda, most merciful, Patit, Pavan. And his associates also, they are most merciful. Srila A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj was blessed by him, empowered by him to do this mass preaching everywhere. We see also in the life of Narottam Thakur, he showed this pastime. When Mahaprabhu was going there, he saw, near the village of Narottam, but Narottam did not appear yet. Then he started to say, Narottam, Narottam, Narottam. Then Nityananda Prabhu asked, who is Narottam? He knows everything but doing Leela. He said, oh, Shripad, means Nityananda Prabhu, you don't know your own glories. When you were crying, I managed to save one drop from your eyes, that prema drop, that crying, that drop of prema, I managed to get. So I will keep this prema for Narottam Thakur in that Padma river. So Narottam Thakur is a son of a king, all luxury, everything. But when he got that prema, then he became mad. He renounced everything and went to Vrindavan and took shelter of Jiva Goswami and all Goswamis there that time. And Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami also. He had Sankirtan program in his house, and one associate, Minaketan Ram Das, he came and he was very ecstatic and like a mad. So sometimes he would slap some person out of prema and or climb on someone in transcendental madness, and everyone got prema by that. It is not insulting. They were benefited, highest benefit they got. Then that Pujari did not have respect for him. Then Minaketan Ramdas understood, he's like Romaharshan Sutta. You know Romaharshan Sutta, he was to speak Puranas there in Naimisharanya. And Baladev was doing parikrama all over India that time. So he came there also, and he entered there and all stood up. Except Romaharshan Sutta. He thought, I am sitting on Vyasasan. I will speak Puranas. Why I will stand up in respect? Then Baladev Prabhu saw he's having false pride. Then he killed him out of compassion to benefit him. If you are killed by Baladev, that is very good. You will understand what is what. Because he is not accepting Guru, not accepting devotion, then how he will speak Puranas, especially Bhagavatam? It's pure devotion. He cannot speak. Then the sages said, but we told him to speak, now who will speak? Then he said, okay. And we also said he will have long life. So now Baladev, you do something. Then he said, okay, son is reborn. No, father is reborn as son. So that will be his long life. And his son, Sutta Goswami, he will speak Bhagavatam. He blessed. He installed him. He authorized him to speak Bhagavatam. We have to be authorized. We have to get this service from Guru. Because Sutta Goswami, why he was qualified Sutta Goswami? He was hearing Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami there as a disciple, as surrendered soul. So he got that. Now he has, now he can say, without false pride. Not only theoretical knowledge, I can learn Bhagavatam, shlokas, everything, and I can speak very nicely, but if there is no practical life, you yourself are not devoted, you are not following Bhagavad Dharma, then you cannot speak. Here, Romaharshan Sutta, he showed this. He had no respect for Baladev. Baladev is Guru, so how he can speak Bhagavatam? What he will speak? Even if he will say shlokas, that is not Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam will not descend there, and it will have no devotional effect on the listeners. Then, here, he understood. But that Pujari then changed. He understood, yes, it is not good. But brother of Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, he also did not have faith, and he was protesting. Then Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, that time Krishna Das, he started to argue with his brother. You are a fool. You are having faith in Mahaprabhu, but not in Nityananda Prabhu. They are one and the same. It is like having half chicken logic. That rare part you are keeping, so you get eggs, but first part where you have to give food, you are not accepting. You are cutting, so it will not work. So it is better that you are atheist than having respect for Mahaprabhu and disrespecting Nityananda. It is better to be an atheist. He argued with him very strongly. Not caring he's my brother, I should please him, and then I need his no. Really, truth should be spoken. Truth will maintain us, not lie. In this world, we are trying to cheat because we think we will be benefited, but that is temporary. We will lose everything. We will lose more than we have and what we expected. But if someone is speaking truth, he will benefit. And especially if he speaks absolute truth, he will protect him. So then, Nityananda Prabhu was very pleased with Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, and he appeared in his dream, darshan, and with his associates, and he told him, Krishna Das, you don't worry anything, you go to Vrindavan, you will get everything there. Then he disappeared, and a very beautiful forum explained that and everything. Then Krishna Das got his blessing, and he went to Vrindavan, and he got the service of all Goswamis, and Radha, Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopinath. He spoke. It is only, I am so fallen, like worms in the stool. I'm more fallen than they. And I'm such a person, if someone utters my name, he will commit sin. If someone hears my name, he will lose all his piety. I'm such a wretched person. So there is no one except Nityananda to rescue such. He said, I'm lower than worms in the stool. I'm more sinful than Jagan Madai. And this, my name, if hears or speaks, so there is no one except Nityananda who can rescue. Because he's not seeing good or bad, nothing. If someone will have faith and fall down in front of him, he will rescue him. So I was rescued by Nityananda. I should not speak outside about my bhajan, but if I don't speak, then people will not know the actual glory of Nityananda. So I have to speak. Those who are asikas, they will understand. Those who are not, they will not understand. So I openly will speak about Nityananda's glories. So Nityananda's glory are unlimited. No one can finish. According to the degree of surrender, of service, that qualities will descend of Nityananda, and that will not be final, never can be final. So Nityananda Prabhu, very merciful. By his grace we can understand where is my anartha, what am I doing, and what I should do. I should serve Krishna, not go for that things. And Nityananda Prabhu is organizing all preaching. So merciful. He's Samasti Guru. All overall that everything is under his guidance. And then there are Vyasti Gurus empowered by him, individual this. And he is inspiring jivas from within heart. You go there. Those who are inclined to serve Krishna have Sukriti. And first you have to be recruited by Nityananda Prabhu. Then he will put you in the care of Radharani if you are for that service. But without the grace of Nityananda, you cannot get the service of Radharani. So Nityananda Prabhu's glories are unlimited. I became inspired to sing and read this song. So I am bowing down to Patit, Pavan, Nityananda Prabhu. We heard how he rescued Raghunath Das Goswami and so many examples there. So without any fear, without any hesitation, I am also enlisting myself at his lotus feet. He is rescuing everyone. So if I will come, I will be rescued. There is no like doubt or any obstacle or anything that he will not accept. But I have to come and fall at his feet. So at least I am trying to bow down to him and praying for his causeless mercy. Tomorrow we'll hear further.